sharing our experiences, things about it. Let's make the background clear. No?
Okay.
Okay. So, namaste, and I welcome you all to this evening session. All are scholars, all are meditators, meditating deeply, and have experience of minimum 20 years and seeing of meditation more than 20 years. And the question today, Pavel is bringing, we are having two references study. If anybody can bring is Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 and Patanjali Yoga Sutra also. Two, we are taking a reference book. You can make your reference book from any source, like Bible or any other source, if you find it's valid. And question today is arising, doing, non-doing, doing, and not doing. So let's clear up first, doing, non-doing, not doing. One thing is very clear in our goal, and when we are talking on this spiritual platform, everybody has the highest value as enlightenment, sublimations, becoming more pure. Somewhere we are heading to more subtle and subtle realms of reality, like from gross to subtle. And we start to believe that subtle is more truth than the gross. In, yeah, uh, so in this progress, when we are making it, many people try to do something about it. Like if I want to become enlightened, I would like to do something about it. What to do about it? And some people say also not to do something, no? Like both way, refraining from something and moving towards something. Both way we try that I will not do this, I will not do this, I will not do this, and I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. So this doing and not doing, they are polar opposites and they shape our characters. Characters of ego. Basically, we are shaping a ego character by making choices. This I will do, this I will not do. So doing and not doing both shapes our character. And we need a character in order to progress, to build our mind, to keep the memories, to build patterns of doing. No, we call it in India four ingredients for the people who have mind, rational approach, educated, and then think I can think. So we have called mati, buddhi, pragya, and mind. No, so in this way we study. No, and here what we are concerned here, mati. So every seeker or meditator or initiate into the realm of spirituality, we start to develop first mati. Mati means pattern,
Yeah.
a particular pattern of executing something. No, like suppose you want to know something in future. What will happen tomorrow? No, it's very simple question. Anybody can say, or what will happen after 5 years on the path I am traveling?
Mm-hmm.
How you will get to know? Or how we even guess about the future? Any, or even take support of tarot or any occult system. We are guessing something, or black magic or white magic. We want to know what is in the future after 1 year, 2 years, 3. How we get to know? By mati, means patterns, patterns of executing an action, patterns of executing a thought process, like the way you think differently. The way I think differently. The way Malvika thinking, she's thinking differently. So what we are doing, making choices, what to do, what not to do, denying something and forcing or giving a direction to do something. We are developing a pattern. Through this pattern of thinking, I can guess, oh, this could be the phenomena in the future.
Mm.
Yeah, and memory we use always from the past. Even you can have a vision about the future, but if you will memorize it, it will become the past. So we are using our memory to recollect the past, and we are using our mati to know the future. And we can predict a lot of things looking at the person, the way person is thinking, the way person is walking, the way person is talking. We can predict the future. No, we watch the patterns. So many seekers or meditators, when they come, they don't know non-doing and doing. They don't know their being or doing. They only know doing and not doing. So this I will do, this I will not do. So this is the first step of self-correction. Like I want to be spiritual, I want to sublimate, I want to be more holy or more truthful. So this is the shaping of the characters, and we decide I will do this, I will not do this. Because doing this and not doing this, a definition of the self is arising. Not like you become a sannyasi, agori, or I get sannyas in any of the tradition, or get baptism, whatsoever. In any of the case, you have certain doing and not doing. Only two opposites are given. That doesn't take us beyond more than our ego structure, the shaping of our characters and ego. And truth is one, irrelevant of millions of religion. Meditation is one, irrelevant of thousands of gurus and hundreds of techniques and millions of techniques people are teaching. Meditation one, God one, truth one, experience one. So if you talk about that one meditation which exists, what is it? Non-doing. Only one purest, truthful meditation, if it is existing, and that have the capability to arise pure witness, pure observer who can see the truth as it is non-doing. Because every doing is shaping the character. Its limit is to shape the characters, to develop a pattern. And that's where the crux. That's where only one meditation, non-doing. If you know it, you don't need to know anything else, because non-doing is not I'm doing this, I'm not doing this. It's completely beyond both of that, non-doing. Because you are doing, even you are thinking, I will not do this and I'm not doing this and I will do this, both way you are doing. And both are not the meditation, both are limited to ego. They cannot take you beyond your own ego, beyond your own choices. So that's the crux. And non-doing is the only meditation exists, only meditation. Like if the God is one, then meditation is one, and that is non-doing. So neither this nor that. This is the purest meditation. Hence, everybody cannot do non-doing because it's so simple and so difficult.
Mm.
So difficult that millions of years out of millions, somewhere, somebody, someday, somebody succeeds in non-doing. And then they keep on teaching, do nothing. You have already that. You did not pay attention to that. You only get involved in doing and not doing. That's why you don't know the God. Please do not do anything, because doing is limited to the ego structure. And you have to go beyond. Yes, Malavi, you're muted.
I didn't have any comment. I was just smiling.
Yeah. I thought let's clear the background first of
Yeah.
any
So,
question comes to me. I first clear the background so that you
correct.
can see yourself the
So
question
I'm
is.
smiling because you are absolutely right. This is being, which means that you don't intentionally do or not do anything. You just
Yeah, it's a
be. Let
limitation,
it
no?
come.
Otherwise, God will be in our pocket, everybody pocket.
Mm.
If just by doing something and not doing something, if you can reach your God and soul, everybody could have it in the pocket. Because then it's only a pattern. You follow the pattern and you get it. But following the pattern has limitation to ego system. And that is the ego is just claiming agencies. And everybody wants to go beyond this ego because it is the ego which is making choices. Don't do this, do this. Don't do this, do
So
this.
I do have a question.
Please.
This is a very childlike existence, this non-doing space. Just like a child will do, but it is something that comes from within. No, there's an inner urge.
Yeah. Only difference is child is ignorant. Here person is not ignorant.
Not ignorant, yeah.
Not ignorant. No, this is the highest wisdom descends in non-doing. The highest universal law you comprehend in non-doing because you are beyond your intelligence even. Beyond your intelligence. Even doing something, your intelligence, ego, mind, memory, everything gets involved.
Yeah.
And non-doing is this space, yes, like very like child, but we don't say, we say childlike. Childlike, very simple, very pure, very innocent, very new, completely new experience and full with joy, bliss. At the same time, you are also understanding the ultimate one law which holds the whole existence. Only one law, which is the upholder, and even the blade of the grass is following the same law, and the greatest any planet is also following the same law. We human also getting born and die and nourished by the same law. So this one law, which is makes a flower, and the same law writing the Vedas and the pure wisdom there. So this is non-doing. Beyond, because doing means you are making yourself involved. You have a purpose, you have an intention, you have a pattern, you have a choice, you are using your memory, you are using your intelligence, everything you are using in any small action, any action, even drinking a glass of water, everything is involved.
So the question arises, how do we apply to our everyday sansaric living?
That's where the Pavel coming. The second question, the Pavel first asking doing and non-doing, and as I remember, I cannot read exactly in WhatsApp it is. As I remember, he is posing next one. He is posing the same question today, and his question is, what is the meaning of doing and non-doing mode? What is the meaning of this? How we can apply it in our
Yeah,
life?
correct.
That's where the question coming in, no?
That's where is
That's
the
where that's the crux of this. How? No? We always know, or I have said many times, to pinpoint the components of the self. Components of the self, like I have mind, ego, intelligence. No? These are the components of the self, which is interaction of this holding. So when we say approaching to the mind, mind wants to know how, because it needs a pattern. Even non-doing is a how, and how we can apply in our daily life. Because idea comes, and the reality is that in non-doing, so blissful, so blissful. that you actually really don't want to do anything after this. You just want to be. And that's we call being mode. Being mode is a mode which cancels all your desires to do anything because you
Correct. That
want
is
to
what I'm
be
experiencing.
in this space forever. Anybody ask you, you don't want any disturbance. You want to be in this being forever.
Correct.
So that's we call being mode. Means it is a non-doing mode. Now you have to understand operator, operating system, and operating center, the law of karma. When we are coming to our daily life, now we will have to deal with. Well, Gita, in Gita, like he's saying, do the action. I will call you a real renunciate if you can renounce the fruits of action.
Mm,
So, like if I'm doing something, we already know, oh, if it is fruitful, I do. If it is not fruitful, why should I do it? This is the thinking in our daily life.
mm,
Even whatever we think, even to spend 100 rupees or 10 rupees, is it worthful or not worth? Not, then why should I do it? Worthful, then I should do it. So without calculating the fruits of action, we don't make even a step forward. No? And here he is saying, well, even if you change your clothes, you will become sannyasin, you will do mala. I won't call you a sannyas. I won't call you a yogi, but I will call you if can you do this? Means going beyond your whole psychology. To do this, one has to go beyond the whole psychology of society, on which society is based.
mm,
Society is only based to nourish your ego if you are fruitful to the society, and to kill your ego if you are not fruitful to the society. So every individual, before making a movement, thinks, is it fruitful? Is it not fruitful? So this is the basic conditionings of sansari. If you say, who is sansari? Who is in sansara? If you take the definition of Bhagavad Gita or Lord Krishna, very simple definition: person who is involved in thinking before the calculating the fruits of action and then doing. Then we say, are you mad? How we will live our life? Do you want to act as mad person? Acting without thinking about its consequence and result means if I want to kill somebody and go and kill someone, don't think about it. No, people give this kind of logic. No, so he is not saying that you fall below the level. To comprehend Gita, you need to really go beyond your intelligence and do not ask questions stupid like falling even below the animal level of question, below the rationality. This is not the question he is saying. Don't think, go and rob the bank. Don't think, go and kill the person. This is stupidity. It is not here. Here, you should remember that Gita, Bible, Ramayana, anything we read, the highest value in these spiritual books are enlightenment and experiencing God consciousness. So here, right and wrong is categorically defined that if you are going towards God consciousness or sublimation, it's right. Otherwise, it's wrong. No,
mm.
categorically. So even we are reading Gita, it's the same categorically. Yes.
So then the question becomes, oh, if you're going towards God, it's right. It's if you're going towards not, you're going in the other direction, it's wrong. But I think the measurement of whether I'm going towards God or the other way is essentially the the collective
No,
society.
measurement, your own spiritual journey, you are individual. You are completely alone individual on your path. Society is a judgment criteria. It's judging you whether you are going to the right path or not. Here we are not.
So
Yes.
that is my question. So let's say I'm just sitting there doing nothing, being, and I get hungry. And my neighbor has this wonderful mango tree with fruits hanging. So I just go across the fence and help myself to one of those. Now the society will judge whether that's good or bad. As far as I'm concerned, I'm hungry. Here is God-given fruit hanging. I will eat.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is that is it going towards God or against God? How would you?
Well,
How
you
will
are
you?
already saying, Malavika, that we are making movements. So if we are making movements, so we are just making a definition of two way, sansara and nirvana, kind of that way. We are making a division. Here we can also ponder about the very concrete, but we can understand it only including the law of karma, operating system, and the act. So universal law is, so that's where the universal law is, that if I want to experience God, so if I will act with my operating system as a being mode, so my action feeding back to be in my being mode more and more. They are not disturbing it. No, I am, suppose I very simple way. A person go sees the mango tree in the neighborhood and person starts to act, means it will act, it will develop a pattern, not in the one time, but the thinking process is there. So he thinks, okay, I go and take the mango and I can keep it. Inconsiderate or considerate doesn't matter. He can even think of stealing it. But he has a center from where thought is arising and putting him into or her into act. This center can be mind. This center, we can call it heart. This center, we can call it God. Or this center, we can also call it only one emotion. Suppose it's a greed.
One question. Where is the intelligence here in this?
Intelligence nowhere. It's only mind here.
Okay.
Only mind here. We are dealing with the law of karma. So what is law of karma here? You need to understand both way, higher scale and lower scale. In daily life, you need to understand first law of karma and then going to the spiritual side of it. So the question is coming, how in daily life? In daily life, we need to understand law of karma. Law of karma is that any act you do, it will come back and feed the your center. So suppose I operated out of greed. I saw
Hmm.
the mango hanging. Society is watching the act. Society is not watching your being. Being, you are yourself to only yourself. No society. Jesus was hanged. If society could see it, he could not be hanged. He could not be crucified. Society has nothing to do with your enlightenment. It has different point of view. So here, out of greed, if I act, go and take some mango from this act is a karma. So what this karma will do? This karma is whatever center was greed. So after performing the act, it will come back, return to me. Means it will feed the greed and I will become more greedy.
And if it wasn't, if it was just survival?
No, if it will be survival, then it will feed the survival instinct. If it will be innocence, it will come back, karma will return back to feed the innocence.
Yeah.
Returning of law of karma doesn't mean if I slap you, then then I will have to wait 10 lives that you will slap me, then I will be enlightened and karma is balanced. No, it's not like this.
I
This
understand.
law of karma is it comes back. Whatever we throw in the universe, it will boomerang and come back to feed the same center which has operated it. So if I will operate out of my innocence, according to the law of karma, the same act will liberate me because it will come and feed my innocence. And my innocence will be more and more. That is law of karma, that everything will return back and feed the same. So if this way, if I keep on pattern, so if somebody watching my pattern, this is called mati. So this is my mati, which is forcing me to do this stealing act. Or somebody can be very innocent. A same 3-year-old child can go, and people will judge differently because they will see the innocence,
Mm,
ignorance.
true.
But this, if we don't say the child, don't do this, don't go and take this mango from your neighborhood, the child will develop that pattern. It will come and feed back. So innocently, if it is doing, his innocence will keep on enlarging more and more, and he will be taking more things from more neighborhood. Same way greed, same way anger, same way compassion. So in the beginning, everyone has to develop, go through the mind. No, we have to go through the mind and now learn to make it friend or enemy. Only two things the mind can act. As a friend, it can lead us to God consciousness. As an enemy, it destroys us and becomes operating center changes, and we say, oh, I'm going more and more in samsara. More I'm doing it, more I'm going in samsara. But if mind becomes friend, more you do it, more you become liberated. What we are changing? Just the center. Whether it is the mind, it's okay. Okay, it's mind. But making friend of mind, this mind will liberate us, not bind.
The question arises then that liberation and being a part of samsara are not dichotomy.
No dichotomy, but two ways. Two ways are there. No, two point of views there. You can two. One is tantric way. Tantric way is you can be liberated and keep on doing action, which will appear as samsara,
Right,
which will
exactly.
appear as samsara to other, but you know what is your operating center because you have touched your being.
Correct.
And being mode, and from making that center of operation, you keep on acting and it will feed to your being because law does not change. Action does not bind. Actions are neutrals. Actions are neither negative nor positive. Actions are neutral, pure actions. It is our interpretation. Oh, this is my direction, so I define it right and wrong. This is samsara, this is liberation. So actions are neutral, pure actions, neutral. They are neither negative nor positive, neither divine nor non divine. They are nothing. They are pure actions. It's the being which connects to the action from where they originate. And by law, it goes back to feedback. So somebody angry, and out of anger, you do whatsoever you do meditation, you will be angry. After that, it will feed that back. Very simple. Any action, according to the law of karma, whatever I am doing, it will come back to me. It doesn't matter. It means the center which I am operating will be nourished and grow. It doesn't matter what. So that's why Sri Krishna is saying that just changing your action, doing this and not that. I don't drink alcohol. I don't rob the bank. I don't look at beautiful women. I don't desire money. It doesn't mean anything. It's pure nonsense.
I agree.
It's opposite. I am going to temple. I am doing this. You are shaping. Your limit is you are creating a good environment in your mind. Very nice. You are spiritual. Okay. You are more holy, but you will have no hints of truth. Not even a 1% what truth means and what is its glimpse. You're limited to your character shaping, programming the mind. You are a good computer.
So what I'm understanding is it is not the action, but the energy that creates that action, that we attach to that action.
Center. We call it a center, operating center. And this center, everybody has different mantras. We call it chitta, mantra. This is a mantra. So everybody has mantra of being greedy. Somebody has mantra of becoming angry. Somebody has mantra of becoming more loving. Somebody has mantra. It's going on. It's a mantra. They are living at that center. Somebody has a mantra of compassion. It's going on, feeding it back.
Is this what we call Mahat? Or that's different?
My God, you are coming to classical mode. Okay, yes. Mahat. Mahat is beyond ego and beyond these ego patterns. And Mahat is your real essence, intelligence. We call it
This is what I
intelligence.
understand as the spiritual intelligence, which we all have, our own unique little
No, we
nugget.
don't have. Everybody doesn't have. Everybody only lives in mind. If somebody really works to awaken it,
Yeah.
then
We all have it innate in us.
yeah,
Awakening it is a different story. That is
different story.
all this is about.
Deciphering, working, knowing about it. No, that's a different story.
Good,
So,
I got my answer.
yeah. So this is, and here I'm just again bringing back to, I need a reference book to come back. Otherwise, if I fly, where to return? Where to return? So I had to have some classical text
Anchor.
to anchor, to return back to it. And here the definition is sannyasin and non-sannyas. Sannyasin is a non-doer, but Gita is action. It's the action mode. Yoga in action, not only non-doing. It's doing and non-doing together. So it's very complex.
Understand.
It's very complex, but still I will make it simple. Here is saying that, okay, you can be in this world, act, but make your operating center a sannyasi and a yogi. And to make this center operative, you don't choose, I will do not this and do not, a choice. It's what you have to renounce, is your calculating mind, which starts to think about the result and fruits, and this becomes corporate. That is the corporate mind. No, before you act, you must calculate the risk.
Yeah.
But that it feeds back to the same mind. It will operating center. So once success in business, having more customers, bringing more money is the center. So as much operation you do, it will feed back to the same center. That is law of karma. Law of karma doesn't mean, okay, I did something to Sharno, now I have to wait Sharno until Sharno will respond. I cannot be enlightened.
Yeah, but I think doing and non-doing is also I was all the time unlearning and removing anything of me because I was thinking it's actually unlearning because I have so many conditions and like that I have to renounce me of that all, but in the other way it's also doing.
Yeah,
it's very difficult doing, and it's not
also
so easy.
doing.
It's also doing. That's why people who are like this, they just sit silently, practicing. Practicing to be under non, I will not do anything. Okay, scratching, no beginning of conditioning. This is also a conditioning.
Yeah.
Vipassana, no, it's a conditioning to the body. I'm sitting. Before I used to sit, there is scratch, there is scratch. Then after I said, okay, no, and mosquito biting, some itching, this sweating, everything happening, and I am not moving. No, so but this is I'm shaping a character. I'm shaping a character of a meditator who can be in uncomfortable situations, not react. So I'm increasing my threshold level of reaction. But this only increasing. I'm not becoming enlightened. No, increasing my threshold level of like here is the neuron. No, if somebody bites, neurons has to send a signal to another neuron. If it is really needed attention, send it to the brain.
Mm.
If it does not need attention, don't send it to the brain. No, this is body intelligence. So anything interacting with body, it has to send back to the brain what to do about it. It's a conditioning. So learning, we learn a pattern. Unlearning, we destroy that pattern. That we will not follow it. So learning, unlearning is still opposites. They are opposites. But I will neither learn nor unlearn.
Mm.
That's non-doing. No, I don't want to learn anything, but I also don't want to unlearn anything.
It's the same.
Both. I don't want both. I don't want because it's the same. Learning and unlearning. You are developing a pattern of unlearning and a pattern of learning. So once you learn a pattern of unlearning, you keep on applying to other patterns. Oh, I will also unlearn this, unlearn. But still, we are in the mind.
To what end?
Hmm?
To what end? Learning and unlearning. So
It keeps on continue until one day suddenly you become fed up of
with me,
learning. Fed
with
up.
me,
I
with me.
don't want neither learn nor
Okay.
unlearn too much. One way
yeah,
is this. One way is this one. You become fed up and you drop it. I have
yeah.
experienced both the ways. One way, you drop everything in 1 second. This is one way. Or yes, another way, you positive way. Like this is the negative way. One way we can go. Another way is positive way. You are enjoying so much. No, you are learning so much. You are learning so much that you disappear.
Mm.
That the you disappears.
You disappear because you cannot hold it. This I, incapable of holding this knowledge, it will disappear. You are learning so much and so fast. Because here we have learning like looking back 3 years before, and now I say, oh, I don't have this pattern. Means I grown up. Now I say, oh, I have now understanding. I am not reacting. Means I grown up. I go beyond this reaction. So what we see, our intelligence, we can measure 1 year before, 2 years before, 3 years before, where you can say, oh, this is a remarkable difference in my intelligence. Now, before I was childish, now I am childlike, grown up. I can play about it. As an adult, same thing, I used to be serious. I say, oh, I was a child. No, it's nothing trivia, and I used to be so serious. Means I was ignorant. Now I say, oh, no, I can play about it. Not only it's, I can only deny, oh, this is useless, childish. No, I can play it again with my whole wisdom and intelligence. I am responding to it. So I am playfully entering into a stupid nonsense act and enjoying it. Child,
Mm.
but not, I'm not childish. I am childlike.
So
This
that's with
difference.
the wisdom.
Yeah, that's the intelligence. That's
That
the
is
intelligence grown up. So you see the difference of remarkable difference you can noticing in your intelligence, maybe of 1 year, maybe of 1 year. But if
yes.
I increase my capacity to learn, then maybe I start to see every month, last month, and this month, there is a remarkable difference. Maybe I used to see, oh, yesterday I was a different person, completely childish. Now, today, I'm intelligent. Now, I can start to see in the morning, I wake up, in the evening, I sleep. My God, the person is different who is sleeping and who is waking up. Means learning going on. Then I see 1 hour, then I see starts to see every minute. Every minute I am crossing, I am sitting a different person here. By the time I cross the gate, I had an immense, valuable understanding of life, which is a paradigm shift. Now every second, and now second will start to split into 12 kali, 12 divisions of one moment, and then you start to see dimensions. Not the simple dimensions of time. And what you learn in one split of the one of 12 seconds, and in that you see billions of years. That much depth of split of the moment has that much depth, and something which is done in that moment, nobody even can deny it. It is bound to happen. And in that moment, you see your life from infinity to infinity moving. So that's we call awakening of intelligence to its full potential, blasting it. And in that, you see, you understand, which is a different, completely different thing. So this is Mahat.
That is Mark.
That
Okay.
is Mahat. This is experience of Mahat.
Correct. So उसके लिए तो घूम के आना पड़ेगा.
So nothing आना जाना पड़ेगा, nothing to do. Nothing you have to do. That's what the saying. Gita is so simple. You act according to your dharma. Find out your dharma, act according to your dharma, and do not be like a sansarins. They are just calculating what will happen, this, that. Act. Pure act. Do not think about fruits of action. Your operating center changed. That is the real yogi. And that is the real sannyasi. Keep
Yeah.
on acting, it will feed back to the same center, and slowly, slowly, you will learn how to be in the world and act and playfully and still be beyond it and channel that infinite source of knowledge. That is the being mode, doing mode. And that's the definition of samsara, samsari, and sannyasi, according to Bhagavad Gita,
I think you
chapter
have just
6.
answered the question I did not realize I had actually. When I was saying I don't have a question, I would, but I like your reflection on my experience. Uh, it has just been answered in the way that when some action arises from your inner being and you act on it with from a place of joy, happiness, compassion, and that's the energy you put into that action, then it will take you in that direction.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's all you have to do is till you get that nudge, don't do anything. No need to do any action till something really meaningful comes up and says, okay, teach a course.
Check your being. Let it arise. The action should come out of the being mode.
Being, correct.
Being mode.
But I think the danger is when that comes up, because of our conditioning, like Kalinath was saying, we now tend to think, oh, will this, the mind gets in and says, Acha, who has done it like this? Is there some evidence that this will be profitable, or is there some evidence that you will go down the slippery slope? So the mind gets in and messes you up at that point of time. So that is when I think we just have to hold. And what you're saying, this is what I've found in my experience. When that dilemma shows up, don't do anything. Just go back. Go back into that space of where this nudge came from. And then what is the feeling that naturally arises? Is it something that is exciting? Is it something that is pulling me towards a greater presence, or a greater, a richer living? Or is it telling me you have to take this action because you have to save yourself from something else?
It's saving also, yeah.
Same
Sorry?
I say, no, like out of fear, like suppose
Yeah,
I'm danger of becoming a victim. So I'm creating a boundary around me, and out of fear, I am acting.
yeah,
Whatsoever I do, I will put one guard, then I will put two guards, then three. Whatever
correct.
I will do, it will feed my fear.
So it'll take me down that path then.
Yeah, it
More
comes
fear.
back to the same fear, more fear.
Correct.
I will have more guns, I will have more guards, I will have more resources, and more I will accumulate, more fear I will have. No, I will not have a sense of protection.
Correct.
My fear will
So,
increase.
Mm.
so
And
the
then
this
also more will happening in that direction, not only
That's
out
what
of yourself,
happening in this
also from
world.
the outside,
America
definitely.
is the most afraid country. Most fearful country is
Must be.
America, which is appearing as the strongest. But the
Yeah.
most deep down, the
yeah,
most afraid country in this planet, if anyone it is USA. Because it
Mm.
has a
yeah,
lot to lose.
yeah, that's fine. But my thing is that this is the place where the sensitivity has to be developed. Is what is the energy that is going to drive this action? Because sometimes it's so subtle that you're not really aware.
Well, Malvika, very nice point you come. And that answers the question what to do. You go through energy process. That's what I say.
Right,
What I was talking was the Shiva process, directly to truth. And it's not possible for everyone really to comprehend Shiva, but you can comprehend Shakti.
correct,
Shakti.
exactly.
So everyone, 99.9% people we suggest, please go through Shakti Prakriya. But right now you says, no, I don't know what is non-doing, what is God consciousness, and so many high things, high concepts. No, but I can understand the energy. So you understand how I am feeling and what is the energy. Am I feeling love, or if I am gaining this knowledge? So knowledge is a different phenomena. It's an abstract thing, but energy of knowledge you can sense.
Correct, exactly.
Knowledge is a different phenomena, but the energy of knowledge you can sense. And you say, oh, this sense of energy is giving me satisfaction or not. Only one criteria. Is it bringing me satisfaction? Means I'm feeling contented or not. If I'm feeling contented and act, that means according to law of karma, it will feed back to the same center.
Of
So
content, yeah.
energy you can sense. So if you don't know God consciousness, ultimate witness, non-doing, drop this drama. You have a sense of energy some way, somewhere your mother touched out of love. You can understand the touch of love, the energy of love.
Right.
You can,
So the other thing you just said, there's knowledge and there is, and it's understanding. Sometimes the knowledge actually comes afterwards.
this is different, Malavika. Two kind of people. One people understanding and sensing the knowledge itself, comprehending the law. Some people know energy of knowledge. Through
Correct.
the
Okay.
energy of knowledge, they can sense, and that is Shakti Prakriya.
Mm.
You just
Okay.
go through Shakti. Don't go to Shiva. Forget about him. But Shakti you can sense. So this,
Correct.
and keep on nourishing this Shakti
Lovely.
inside.
Very good.
So become powerful, become more energetic, keep on nourishing. And what kind of energy you want to be nourished, operate from that energy. When you have start to sense that energy, act. You will be feeling that.
Good.
So energy process, that's why we say Shakti Prakriya. I suggest everyone please follow. Do not follow Gautam Buddha sitting only directly Shiva one day, boom. No, all understanding coming at once. No, go through gradual process,
Mm.
step by step. Keep on refining the energy. We have a sense of love. Sometimes some person might have it somewhere. We have a sense of compassion somewhere. Sometimes might have been touched. No, so
Yeah.
we might have not all the knowledge, but somewhere, sometime, we must have a glimpse of knowledge and we have the sense of energy.
Very good. Great clarity has been derived from your talk today. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the purpose of this talk. Pavel
Great.
brings confusion. I create a platform behind this confusion, and everybody starts to think in a new way on this pattern and bringing its own question and answers. That is the purpose.
Pavel, how are you doing?
I'm very fine.
Ah,
We are
Thank
not
you.
listening you. You need
Yeah.
to stop somewhere for a few minutes.
Yeah. That's
Uh, I'm very fine. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, okay, we are summing up, Pavel. Have fun. Your question has served. Same question Malavika asking, same question. But clarity comes more if Malavika or some starts to interact to your personal experience. When you start to see things, then more clarity comes.
correct. Correct. Thank you.
So we have been summing up. We have 5 minutes, but we can say goodbye. Uh, Everybody, welcome.
yeah, this was a nice topic, and also I feel thankful.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Malavika,
also.
okay. So anything you would like to say, or sum up
No,
the whole thing, whatever.
this is what I would like to say.
Yeah, please.
I've been going through a very busy period, lots of things to do. And just now, 10 minutes before the thing, I just saw the message on WhatsApp and the link. And I asked myself, ki, what is the next thing I'm going to do? And something in me said, join this talk. There is nothing in particular you had planned this morning. I have other things that I was planned. So I came. And the topic was doing and non-doing, which of course I have, contemplated multiple times throughout my life. And I just came thinking that I don't know, but it feels like I have the time, why not? So I think that is an inner intelligence which tells you when to do what to do. And and if we give ourselves the space to follow that, you always come back with a good fruit of that.
But you don't think about it.
You don't think
Yes,
about it.
If you
You
did
just do
not
it.
calculate it, but if
the,
I
No,
will
the,
go, what I will get, but I will not get, my 1 hour will be gone, this much money involved. No,
yeah,
you just act.
just
then
act.
it
Yeah,
happens by itself, no? I was
correct.
also thinking about this unlearning and removing and like that, because it was not my intention. I was not doing anything, so now I do one meditation so that I remove that or I will unlearn that. It happened by itself because I was not doing anything to gain something or to do something, yeah, like that. But then the topics comes by itself.
Yeah. So, and I think this is the
Without.
beauty. When we follow this, there is something happens in the quantum field that the right thing shows up. If I had seen, I just saw that WhatsApp a few minutes before this was supposed to start. If it had been like yesterday, I may have opened it, but I did not read the content. Then there would have been too much time to think about it. No. So, right then, the opportunity shows up, the thought arises, and then the opportunity for action is there. And if you can go into it without thinking and just, being in a good place, let's see, adventure, I find that we always come back with something precious. Even the last time I joined, I said, I always take back a nugget of gold after I attend. But when I look at the topic, a lot of the times, like, meh, I don't know, let's see. It's not something that necessarily attracts me, but
For me also, I don't have time. People say you should advertise, tell people, put on social media. No, I have only one place, and somehow I managed to the Friday put it there 1 or 2 hours before the link. And
Mhm.
Pavel asked the question to Pavel before few hours before. What today, Pavel? Pavel gives me some nice questions to begin to, and I always need an anchor. Give me some valid textbook, Gita, Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, Bible, some very strong where I can hold on to.
thank you very much. Thank you, Pavel, for your question.
Yeah,
We got this. Thank you, Karinath, for being here. Very lovely to see you.
same, same.
Okay, so next Friday, let's surprise.
Yeah.